Hello. I'm going to just add extra, details for the L-shaped autonomous desk. And I'm going to be putting the wing part of the desk, or the short side, on the left side of the desk instead of the right side. So just to inform you, the instructions only show for pretty much this side, so I'm going to do the other side. So I guess first tip when following the instructions is when you're doing step one, pretty much extending the bracket. A lot of people maybe ask how far they need to extend it. So what I did, the easiest way I think to get the exact spot right is you put the table, pretty much the long table, upside down, and then you move this bracket here, the long bracket, you put that on top of this table to where you match these three holes to these three holes for one side, and then the same for these three for those three right there. Oh, sorry. Ugh. Phone's dying. So pretty much align those holes up, and then you screw in the screws in those holes, which is screw one moment. Use screw Y, as it shows here. Use screws Y to screw in this hole, pretty much to match those three holes. So you only need to screw in just one, and then who cares? Ignore the middle bar. As long as they still stay stuck in between these sockets, that's fine. Screw in these parts, and then you adjust the middle bars to where these, at least these edges and these edges, can pretty much screw on and grip the bars. And then once they're both fine, then you can just completely tighten these screws and then unscrew back these from the main board. And that's the easiest way to do it. Same thing with the small end, with the small one as well, with the other bracket, G. And for those that don't really know, pay attention to the detail that G has two of these weird extra socket things, while H only has one. So H is going to be the shorthand one, so it only has one socket thing, not the other, where G has a side here and a part there. So when you extend G and H, pretty much that's how I figured out how to extend it. So again, for the H part, for step 3, I put that aligned to the short end and pretty much screwed in the 3 holes to match this spot, and then tighten these and then unscrew them off. So now I know it'll be an exact fit, so I don't have to fidget the moving later. And then, so for the other key thing for putting the short side on the left side is that you for step 2, you swap A and B. So, like right here, it says A goes on the right, B goes on the left. Well, we swap them. A will go on the left, and B will go on the right. And then for step 5, I will say pretty much ignore. To me, step 5 just sounds confusing after reading them, so I just followed the picture. So this is attaching the short beam to pretty much, you want to attach that to the side where B is. So in my case, the short's going to be attached to the side where B is on the outermost 2 sides. And again, I guess paying attention to the picture, as the 2 outermost, assuming that B is on the right side, B is on the left side, as in step 2, but since we're doing left, we swap it, so it'll be on the far right side instead. This is my first time doing an instruction video, so sorry. And then, I guess, yeah, also explaining to ignore the text for step 5, follow the pictures. Pretty much like the picture here is very already kind of self-explanatory. Instead of reading that, just follow the picture. That's what I did, and that's how I led up to this. So yeah, I kind of hope that helps. So from down under, I'm going to show where the 28 screw holes are supposed to be, and I will note that the holes do not match up fully, so I just pretty much had to force drill the screws in. You gonna be using these ties at all? So here's 2 spots right here compared to B, and then 2 from here, 2 there, and then moving down the line, sorry if it gets too blurry, 2 here, 2 there, that's where A is, 2 there, and then it doesn't show on the manual, but the other 4 spots are going to be pretty much on the support beams. So in reference to B, the holes in the support beams, and then you can see, sorry, I'm trying to get good angle. You can see here that the 3 pre-drilled holes should be, I guess, lined up, but they're not. So I just said screw it and drilled in the 2 holes there. So, but pretty much that's where the other Y screws are supposed to go. 2 here, and then 2 here. And they say you should use 2 of the Y screws to screw in the control box, but I'd probably take these 2 and screw it, I guess, at a random spot. But I'm just going to put mine in the cable tray as they expect. And then another note is when I'm talking about the cable tray, when it says remove, so these screws that they're talking about is in reference on the short end, my part B, is removing these 4 screws. Take them off and pretty much, I guess, throw them away because we're not going to use them now. And that's where we use the M1 screws and the washers and the cable tray. Oops. Sorry. The cable tray would go like this. So you see where the 4 screws are. So you'd remove those. Pretty much, I guess, throw them away or whatever. I don't know. And then use the M1 screws and the washers to screw in this tray. So that's the back of the tray. And that connects to like that. And from another video, I forget the name, I'll reference that in the description, but they recommend that you put the cables through the tray first and then attach the tray. So I'm gonna do that. But yeah, the original video and the original instructions are very confusing. They claim they would overview it, but you know, as typical business, they didn't really do anything about it. And so I hope this helps. Okay, this is back again from under the view with the cable tray attached. So this is the long end going to the B side, and pretty much I only have one cable strap here, and then this is how I position the cable tray. The control box I stuffed under here, pretty much in here, because I don't feel like mounting it. Let's see. So I have one of the stuff from B coming through this hole here, and then I have the height adjusted panel come through this side here, and pretty much I have the power from the control box coming out through the middle hole of the cable tray. I'm going to plug that in. But yeah, so this is where the washers though would go that you saw, the M1. So replace the 4 original ones, which I pretty much took out. I'm gonna try to get better lighting. Go out, pretty much gonna throw away those old ones and replace the M1, those with these M1s. So that's holding this one up now. It's possible. I'll definitely say like it's better help if you have somebody to help hold this, but I think it definitely can be done doing solo, but it'd just be more difficult. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. And this is after the tabletop is on. So tabletop, cable tray is pretty much the last thing. I pre-ran some of the cords, and then just put the power control box, slid that in here, and then now I'm going to plug it in and set up the programming part for the module, and that should be about it. Okay, so I flipped the table frame over and put the tabletop. So that's how I got to this point. And alright, so pretty much, yeah, that's all. This is the final version. This kind of material it is for black. I thought it'd be like the metal kind of desk or the carbon fiber type that it does with some of the regular, I think the Core or the Pro versions, but since it's Core, it's a laminated wood one. But it's still pretty good though. Gap wise, there's not much big of a gap. This is kind of a line pretty much. It's the smoothest transition right here on this end, and it lightly gets worse as it gets towards that edge. But that's about it. And then this is me going up. It's going up all the way. The highest to win is 48.4. Yeah, that's the highest it'll go, but no wobble going up either. Like, it's pretty smooth, so it's not really bad. So yeah, I hope this helps at least somebody, so they don't struggle. So appreciate it. I'll maybe see you guys later or whatever. I don't know. I'm not used to this. Anyways, see you.